inform you as well.
To your knowledge, did Republic Wind ask any of the landowners participating in this project as to whether they had observed any bald eagles in the project area?
I believe my previous answer will suffice here. Not that I'm aware of.
After Republic Wind saw Mr. Shieldcastle's testimony, did Republic Wind, or to your knowledge, any of its consultants, communicate with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service about the nest in the project area that was described in Mr. Shieldcastle's testimony?
To my knowledge, we have identified this nest, but the investigation and correspondence continues. I'm not sure whether this has been reported to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. This would be a requirement.
Since, when was the last time that you can recall that Republic Wind or any of its consultants looked for Indiana bats in the project area?
I would refer to the 2015 bat mist netting report that was included in the application.
Since that time, has Republic Wind done anything else to look for bats in the area?
To my knowledge, what's included in the application is the most updated reports that we have completed.
And is it the report for that 2015 survey, the last report on bat searches that is in the application?
To my knowledge, if that's the most recent bat mist net report included in the application, that is the most recent work we've done for this project.
To your knowledge, has Republic Wind asked any participating landowners about whether they know of any bat roosts in the project area?
To my knowledge, no, we have not.
Are you aware of any communications from participating landowners or any other owners of land in the project area or nearby that have reported bat roosts to Republic Wind?
I do not have that information offhand.
Your Honor, at this time I'd like to mark our second exhibit as LR Exhibit 2. And may I approach the witness to provide with the exhibit?
Yes, you may. This will be marked as LR Exhibit 2.
All right, I've handed you what's been marked as LR Exhibit number 2. Do you recognize this document?
I've not seen this email note, but it appears to be an email chain between a colleague of mine and a local representative of the Regional Planning Commission.
John Earhart is with Apex Clean Energy.
That's correct.
Is he your supervisor?
He is the regional manager of projects such as this. And that way, he is not so much a direct supervisor as he is overseeing the region.
So he's somebody that is overseeing the development of the Republic Wind project?
He is someone who has contacted local officials in the past, but who does not currently oversee the Republic Wind project development.
When did Mr. Earhart discontinue those responsibilities?
Mr. Earhart has been involved in the development throughout the process. He has not been the lead developer for the project since 2015, when I came on.
I'd like to direct your attention to a paragraph that starts with the words Adam Township. It's about 2/3 of the way down the first page of that document.
Objection, Your Honor. Mr. Carr has already indicated he hasn't seen this document. It's objectionable, he's not familiar with it, and I don't want to be in the point we're going to start reading it into the record. I object to its admission.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm just going to ask him about the information, and if he knows, he can answer. If he doesn't need to. At this point, I'm using it in an attempt to prompt any memory that he might independently have.
There's absolutely no foundation, Your Honor.
I agree. I think Mr. Carr has already indicated that he's not familiar with this email. So you can ask general questions. If you want to call Mr. Earhart, we could go down that road, but, you know, I think cross-examining him on this email is improper.
All right.
So let's move on.
Mr. Carr, are you aware of any report by a landowner either in or near the project area of a barn on Township Road 32 between County Road 34 and the county line?
Objection, Your Honor. We're doing the same thing. He's reading into the record what's in the email that he wants to introduce into the record. It's highly appropriate.
I'm just asking him whether he's aware of any barn that, of this description. I mean, my question is not evidence in the record. His answer will be, if he has personal knowledge of a barn that may fit this description, then that information is relevant.
Okay, so I think the problem is you're looking in the email and reading it out. So we're done with this email. I will ask him one question and then we move on. Are you aware of any knowledge of a barn containing bats in the project area?
I'm not aware of such a barn.
Okay.
Are you aware that, well, let me just back up a little bit. Does Republic Wind plan to do any monitoring for bird or bat kills around the turbines after the turbines are built?
Post-construction monitoring is a requirement. It will be overseen by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and Ohio Department of Natural Resources. Speaking to specifics of this monitoring, I would defer to witness Curlinger.
has Mr. Curlinger been hired to perform any post-construction monitoring for this facility?
No.
So, to your knowledge, you have no reason to believe that Mr. Curlinger is aware of whatever plans Republic Wind may have to do post-construction monitoring. Is that correct?
Mr. Curlinger is aware of what's in the application, what's in the staff report recommended in those conditions of the staff report. However, regarding a very specific plan that will be produced after this point, it seems he's as aware as I am.
Has Republic Wind decided whether the post-construction monitoring results for bird and bat kills will be information provided to the public after it starts, after the project starts operating?
I would defer to the requirements set forth in the Power Setting Board's staff report, any other affiliated regulations from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, and pursuant, of course, to the final plan of post-construction monitoring. I do not have an answer for that at this point.
Right. You're not aware of any prohibitions from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service or ODNR against releasing this data, are you?
I would defer to Witness Curlinger for expertise.
Your Honor, we're at a logical breaking point in the questioning. I see it's noon. What's the bench's will with regard to taking a break at this time?
I mean, we're not gonna break for lunch, but if you wanna, I mean, it depends on how much you have left. I mean, is this a good time for you to go into the confidential session, or are you just wanting a restroom break?
Don't need a restroom.
Because I could use one.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, do you intend to take a lunch break or just
Yeah,
all the way
yes.
through the, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It may be helpful, Your Honors, if we have an approximation of time, how we can coordinate the remainder of the afternoon.
Yeah, I think, like, how much time do you have left for this witness?
Well,
And who else
given that
has
I've had
crossed?
to ask each question about 3 times, I'm barely started. At this rate, he's going to be on the stand all day unless he starts answering questions straightforwardly. I have
Are we off the
8
record?
No, we're not. That is on the record.
I have 8 pages of notes for cross-examination, and I have covered 1.
Okay, let's go off the record. Okay, so you're anticipating more of, how many more hours?